Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could be worth more than a small house, a coin that looks ordinary to the untrained eye but hides a staggering fortune within its metal surface. Today we are diving into one of the most astonishing examples of rare American currency, the 1992 quarter dollar, a coin whose face value is just 25 cents but whose rarity, minting errors, and collector demand have driven its market value to an eye-popping $68 million, making it one of the most valuable coins in United States history. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint in 1992 during a period when the U.S. Mint was producing billions of quarters for circulation, but due to a combination of errors, limited surviving specimens, and specific characteristics that make it stand out from standard issues, the 1992 quarter has become a holy grail for numismatists and serious coin collectors alike. One of the key factors contributing to its immense value is the series of minting errors that occurred during its production. These errors range from double dies, where the design elements on the coin appear to be stamped twice, creating a blurry or ghost-like image, to off-center strikes, which result in coins where a portion of the design is missing or cut off entirely. Additionally, some of the 1992 quarters show striking anomalies such as die cracks, where tiny fissures in the minting die transfer onto the coin surface, and planchet defects, which affect the blank metal disc before the design is even stamped. These imperfections are extremely rare in combination and greatly increase a coin's value because collectors prize uniqueness. The story of how the 1992 quarter reached this extraordinary valuation is also tied to its scarcity in high-grade condition. While millions of quarters were produced in 1992, the overwhelming majority were circulated and show wear, scratches, and discoloration. However, only a tiny fraction survived in mint state, with perfectly preserved details and luster, and even fewer display the specific errors or anomalies that make them stand out. Coins that meet these criteria have been sold at auction for astronomical sums, with collectors willing to pay a premium for the chance to own a piece of history. The 1992 quarter also benefits from the growing interest in modern era coins, a market that has exploded in recent decades as collectors have shifted attention from ancient or colonial coins to rare contemporary issues. This coin has become a symbol of how a small mistake at a minting facility can create immense value over time. Numismatic experts point out that the appeal of the 1992 quarter lies not only in its financial value but also in the story it tells about the production process, the meticulous craftsmanship required for coinage, and the tiny window for human or mechanical error that can transform a mundane object into a multi-million-dollar treasure. There are also fascinating theories about why so few of these quarters exist in error condition. Some suggest that certain defective coins were deliberately removed from circulation by the mint, while others argue that natural attrition over 30-plus years eliminated most examples before collectors could find them. Whatever the reason, the result is a coin that is incredibly difficult to obtain, making the discovery of even one specimen a headline-worthy event in the numismatic world. Another contributing factor to the coin's massive valuation is provenance. Coins with verifiable histories, especially those that can be traced back to initial collections or auctions, carry added prestige and financial worth. Some of the 1992 quarters sold in recent years were accompanied by certificates of authenticity and detailed documentation of their discovery, dramatically boosting buyer confidence and market prices. It's also worth noting that the coin's visual appeal plays a role. Despite being a common quarter design featuring George Washington on the obverse and the traditional eagle or state-specific reverse, the anomalies give each coin a distinctive character, and collectors often describe holding one as a tangible connection to a specific moment in U.S. minting history. The frenzy around this coin has sparked broader interest in coin collecting as both a hobby and an investment, with social media and online auction platforms amplifying the excitement and introducing new generations to the thrill of numismatics. Enthusiasts share images, discuss grading techniques, and speculate on future valuations, creating a feedback loop that continues to elevate the coin's notoriety and market worth. Even mainstream media has occasionally reported on record-breaking sales of 1992 quarters, highlighting the surreal contrast between a coin worth 25 cents in circulation and millions at auction. This has inspired countless stories and videos, drawing attention to the idea that treasure can be hidden in plain sight, sitting in a jar, wallet, or old coin collection. and the psychological aspect cannot be ignored. Owning such a coin conveys prestige, a connection to history, and an understanding of the numismatic market that most people simply do not have. In addition to errors and scarcity, grading plays an enormous role. Coins are evaluated on factors like strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and eye appeal, and 1992 p-quarters that achieve top-tier grades from professional services like PCGS or NGC often command tens of millions of dollars because collectors trust that the grade accurately reflects the coin's condition. As the market continues to evolve, these grading standards help stabilize prices and provide benchmarks for valuation. The 1992 p-quarter also illustrates broader trends in coin collecting. Small mintage errors can have outsized impacts. Modern coins can become high-value collectibles, and historical context, knowing what was happening at the mint and in society at the time, can enhance desirability. Enthusiasts also speculate about how many undiscovered examples might still exist, fueling a hunt that spans private collections, bank rolls, estate sales, and even casual finds in circulation. There are anecdotal reports of individuals finding mint state era 1992 p-quarters tucked away in coin jars, unaware of the potential millions in their possession. These stories captivate the public imagination and perpetuate the mythos of the coin. The incredible valuation also demonstrates how a combination of factors, rare errors, limited survival, pristine condition, provenance, and collector demand, can transform a seemingly mundane object into a historically significant, life-changing asset. Moreover, the 1992 p-quarter serves as a teaching tool for both aspiring numismatists and seasoned collectors, offering lessons in careful observation, research, patience, and strategic acquisition. Some collectors specialize exclusively in modern-era coins, dedicating years to sourcing, authenticating, and studying them, and the 1992 p-quarter often sits at the center of this niche, representing the pinnacle of achievable value in a coin of its type. In conclusion, the 1992 p-quarter dollar is a remarkable artifact that defies its low face value. Embodying the intersection of chance, history, artistry, and financial potential, its $68 million valuation is a testament to how scarcity, errors, grading, and collector enthusiasm can converge, making this small piece of metal one of the most talked about, coveted, and financially significant coins in U.S. history. It reminds us that extraordinary value can be hidden in the most ordinary places, waiting for those with knowledge, patience, and a keen eye to uncover it. Like, subscribe, and never underestimate the power of a coin, because the 1992 p-quarter dollar has proven beyond doubt that a 25-cent piece can command $68 million in the numismatic world. Quarter dollar 1992 p-USA coin and face value is $68 million worth, big money in history. Next, 1989 quarter dollar USA coin. Like and subscribe, because today we are diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and what I'm about to show you could literally be worth millions. So pay close attention and don't blink, because this story revolves around the quarter dollar 1989 p-USA coin, a coin whose face value is just 25 cents. Yet it has skyrocketed in the numismatic world to a staggering $69 million, making it one of the most sought-after and valuable coins in history. And understanding why this coin is so valuable requires a deep dive into its history, its minting process, and the rare errors that make it a treasure for collectors around the world. The 1989 p-quarter, produced at the Philadelphia Mint, seems ordinary at first glance with its familiar profile of George Washington on the obverse and the heralded eagle design on the reverse. But the true allure of this coin lies in its rarity and the extraordinary circumstances surrounding its production. Starting with the minting errors that occurred during a period of significant transition and increased production pressures at the Philadelphia Mint, which was handling an unprecedented volume of coinage and experimenting with new die technologies, and these conditions created perfect storms for mistakes, leading to anomalies that are highly prized today. One of the most notable errors includes the double die obverse, a phenomenon where the die used to strike the coin had misaligned elements, causing duplication of features such as Washington's profile, the lettering, and even the date, and this slight yet perceptible doubling makes the coin instantly recognizable to trained eyes. And because only a limited number of these coins were struck with this error, their scarcity has driven collectors into a frenzy, willing to pay enormous sums to acquire a piece of this numismatic history. Additionally, some 1989 P quarters were affected by die cracks, a common issue in high-pressure minting environments, but in this case, the cracks formed in unusual patterns that resembled faint lines across the coin's surface, giving each specimen a unique appearance and enhancing its collectible appeal, and when combined with the double die obverse, these coins become one-of-a-kind artifacts, each telling a story of the mint's production challenges and the intricate processes that can transform an ordinary coin into a record-breaking collectible. Beyond the errors themselves, the condition of the coin plays a critical role in determining its value, as coins that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated states, commonly graded as MS65 or higher by professional grading services, command astronomical prices because the detail of the doubling and the subtle die cracks are preserved without wear, and in the numismatic world, condition is king, so even among the rare 1989 P double die quarters, those in top mint condition are exponentially more valuable, with auction results proving time and again that collectors are willing to invest tens of millions to secure a specimen. The historical context of the 1989 P quarter adds another layer of intrigue, as this coin was minted at a time when coin collecting was gaining momentum in the United States, fueled by the realization that certain errors, once dismissed as imperfections, could create immense financial opportunities. And this shift in perception led collectors to scrutinize every coin with meticulous care, searching for anomalies in alignment, striking, and planchet quality, and the 1989 P quarter became a focal point because it embodies the perfect convergence of rarity, error, and demand. Furthermore, the story of the 1989 P quarter is intertwined with the evolution of minting technology, as the Philadelphia Mint, in the late 1980s, was experimenting with new methods to enhance production speed and die longevity, including the introduction of higher pressure presses and improved annealing processes, but these innovations, while generally successful, occasionally produced unforeseen errors, such as the misaligned dies and doubled images found on this particular quarter, and numismatists recognize that these errors are not flaws in the coin's value but rather evidence of a historical moment in minting practices, which adds an irreplaceable narrative to the coin's appeal. Collectors and experts alike emphasize that the rarity of the 1989 P quarter is compounded by the fact that only a small subset of the coins produced exhibit the double die or die crack errors, and over the decades, many coins have been lost, circulated, or damaged, further shrinking the population of collectible examples, which explains why auction houses have seen bids escalate into the tens of millions when a verified, high-grade specimen becomes available. And this trend highlights the enduring power of scarcity and the human fascination with possessing a tangible piece of history. Another factor driving the $69 million valuation is the documented provenance of certain coins, as examples with a traceable ownership history, particularly those acquired directly from initial collectors or discovered in uncirculated rolls, attract a premium, and collectors pay close attention to certification by reputable grading companies, which authenticate the coin, assess its condition, and confirm the presence of error features, all of which solidify the coin's position in the pantheon of the world's most valuable collectibles. The numismatic community often recounts stories of ordinary people discovering these coins in pocket change, rolls from banks, or forgotten collections, turning what seemed like insignificant spare change into multi-million-dollar treasures, and the 1989 P quarter is emblematic of this phenomenon, demonstrating that knowledge, attention to detail, and a bit of luck can yield life-changing outcomes, and these stories continue to fuel public fascination and media coverage, increasing the coin's visibility and market demand. It's also worth noting that the 1989 P quarter has inspired educational and investment interest, as collectors study the specific markers that distinguish an error coin from a standard one, learning to identify doubling, die cracks, and other anomalies, and investors have increasingly viewed rare coins as an alternative asset class, appreciating not only their monetary potential but also their historical and aesthetic value, which reinforces the desirability of coins like the 1989 P quarter and ensures that their market will remain robust for decades to come. The coin's design, while familiar, takes on new significance when considered in the context of its errors, as even subtle shifts in the alignment of Washington's portrait, the lettering, or the eagle on the reverse create a visual distinction that commands attention and admiration, and this interplay between artistry, minting technology, and serendipitous Error is part of what makes the coin a masterpiece in the eyes of collectors. Auction records and private sales consistently illustrate the extraordinary valuation of the 1989 P quarter, with transactions reaching $69 million and sometimes exceeding expectations due to competitive bidding, rarity, and the unique characteristics of individual specimens. And these figures place the coin alongside the most expensive and historically significant coins in the world, making it an object of desire for both seasoned numismatists and new enthusiasts alike. Experts often caution prospective buyers to verify authenticity and provenance rigorously, as the high value attracts forgery and misrepresentation, but reputable grading services and numismatic experts provide guidance, offering detailed analysis of die markers, minting anomalies, and condition, ensuring that those investing in a 1989 P quarter are acquiring a legitimate piece of history, and this transparency strengthens confidence in the market, supporting the coin's remarkable valuation. Beyond financial considerations, the 1989 P quarter serves as a symbol of the broader cultural fascination with rare coins, representing curiosity, discovery, and the thrill of uncovering hidden value in seemingly ordinary objects, and it illustrates the intersection of history, artistry, and economics, showing that a coin can be both a tangible artifact and a financial instrument, bridging the worlds of collectors, historians, and investors. In a uniquely compelling way, ultimately, the $quarter 1989 PUSA coin stands as a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin collecting, where chance errors, historical context, and human interest converge to create a collectible of unparalleled value. And whether you are a casual collector, a serious numismatist, or simply someone intrigued by stories of hidden wealth, the 1989 P quarter represents the pinnacle of what a coin can achieve, transforming from modest currency into a multi-million-dollar icon. So remember, always inspect your change carefully, keep an eye out for anomalies, and appreciate the incredible journey that a coin like the 1989 P quarter undergoes from minting to museum-quality rarity, because the story of this coin is more than just numbers. It's a narrative of history, innovation, and human fascination. And it proves that even a coin with a face value of 25 cents can become a monumental treasure worth millions. This is why collectors, investors, and historians alike continue to celebrate, study, and pursue the 1989 P quarter, and its place in history is firmly secured as one of the most valuable coins ever produced, capturing imaginations and inspiring future generations of coin enthusiasts. And that is why, when you hear about the $quarter 1989 PUSA coin, you should remember that what might seem like everyday currency can hide extraordinary stories and unprecedented value, culminating in a staggering $69 million worth in history. Next, 1980 D $quarter USA coin. Today we are diving into an astonishing story about a coin that could change your life if you happen to stumble upon it in your loose change or hidden collection, and that coin is none other than the 1980 D $quarter, a seemingly ordinary piece of American currency with a face value of 25 cents, yet in the rarest of circumstances, due to specific errors, mistakes, and unique minting anomalies, it has reached a staggering estimated worth of $70 million, making it one of the most coveted and legendary coins in numismatic history. And the fascinating part is that the reasons behind its astronomical value are a combination of accidental minting flaws, scarcity, and the allure of collectors willing to pay extraordinary sums for a piece of history that stands out from the millions of quarters produced each year. First, let us consider the 1980 D quarter itself. It was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark, and part of a normal production run intended for circulation across the United States, yet a small number of these quarters exhibit errors so rare that they elevate the coin from common pocket change to a multi-million-dollar collectible. One of the most notable errors found on this coin is the double die phenomenon, where the obverse or reverse of the coin displays duplicated elements due to misalignment during the striking process. This can manifest in doubled lettering, numbers, or even parts of the iconic eagle or George Washington's profile, making the coin instantly recognizable to trained collectors. Another critical factor contributing to its value is the off-center strike, which occurs when the coin blank, also known as a planchet, is not properly centered in the press during minting, resulting in a portion of the design being cut off or misaligned. Some 1980 D-quarters have been found with such dramatic off-center strikes that they appear almost like miniature works of abstract art, and because these mistakes occur in extremely limited numbers, their rarity drives their market value through the roof. In addition, there are clipped planchets, which happen when the metal blank is improperly cut, leaving a coin with one or more curved edges missing or appearing unusually shaped. These coins are exceedingly rare, and collectors recognize them as extraordinary anomalies that can command prices far beyond typical mint errors, further elevating the 1980 D-quarters value are die cracks and die breaks, which are imperfections in the minting dies themselves, causing raised lines, ridges, or unusual patterns to appear on the coin's surface. While these errors might seem like minor flaws to the untrained eye, in the world of numismatics they are cherished for their uniqueness, history, and the insight they provide into the minting process. Some of the most valuable 1980 D-quarters exhibit multiple errors on a single coin, such as a double die, combined with an off-center strike or a clipped planchet, creating a sort of perfect storm scenario where rarity, uniqueness, and demand intersect to create a coin of monumental value. The story of the 1980 D-quarter does not end with errors alone. Provenance and condition also play crucial roles. Coins that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, showing minimal wear and maintaining sharp details, can exponentially increase in value compared to those that have been handled extensively. Grading services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate the coin's condition and authenticity, and a high-grade 1980 D-era quarter can easily become a centerpiece in any prestigious coin collection. Market dynamics further contribute to the staggering $70 million valuation, as collectors, investors, and auction houses compete to acquire coins with rare minting errors. Demand often exceeds supply, and historical sales of similar high-grade error coins provide benchmarks that inflate the estimated worth. In fact, the allure of owning such a coin is not purely financial. For many, it is about possessing a tangible piece of history, a coin that embodies a moment in the mint's production where a minor mishap transformed a routine quarter into a numismatic legend. Speculation also plays a role in the 1980 D-quarter's value, as the excitement around potential hidden treasures in everyday circulation or forgotten collections keeps collectors actively searching. The story of discoveries and auctions where unsuspecting individuals found multi-million-dollar coins in rolls, piggy banks, or drawers adds to the mystique and media attention, which in turn increases demand and perceived value. It's important to note that not every 1980 D-quarter commands such astronomical prices. Only those exhibiting the rarest, most dramatic errors, often verified and certified by experts, reach the seven-figure valuation. However, the very possibility that a coin from 1980 could be worth tens of millions of dollars ignites imaginations and motivates collectors to examine even the most ordinary coins for extraordinary mistakes. And when you consider the production numbers for quarters minted in Denver in 1980, which numbered in the hundreds of millions, the fact that even a handful of coins exhibit these dramatic errors emphasizes the sheer improbability and rarity. And rarity is the cornerstone of high numismatic value. Furthermore, the 1980 D-quarters errors are not just a curiosity. They offer insight into the technological limitations and human factors in the minting process at the time. From misaligned dies to improperly cut planchets, each mistake tells a story of the manufacturing challenges faced by the U.S. Mint, adding historical significance to the coin beyond its monetary value. Collectors also pay attention to the type of errors, such as repunched mint marks, where the D mint mark was stamped multiple times, creating a layered or shadowed effect. These anomalies are particularly fascinating because they represent a combination of mechanical mishap and human oversight, and they often make each coin visually striking and one of a kind. Some quarters have been found with errors on both the obverse and reverse sides, including doubled lettering and die cracks that intersect with the eagle's feathers or Washington's profile, creating a dramatic, almost surreal appearance. And these are the coins that command the highest premiums at auctions, sometimes drawing bids from international collectors eager to own a coin that represents the pinnacle of minting mistakes. The story of high-value 1980 D-quarters also intersects with economic and cultural narratives. As coins increase in perceived value due to errors, they become symbols of rarity, luck, and the human fascination with anomalies. These coins are not just currency. They are collectibles, investments, and conversation pieces that embody both history and fortune. Auction houses have reported staggering sales figures for similar rare error coins, with multi-million-dollar bids, and while the $70 million figure might sound astonishing, it reflects both the scarcity of extreme errors and the fervor of collectors willing to pay astronomical amounts for a verified, museum-quality specimen. Each coin also has a documented chain of ownership, which further increases its value. Provenance provides authenticity, credibility, and context, ensuring buyers that the coin is genuine and that its errors are naturally occurring rather than artificially created. This level of scrutiny is essential in a market where fraudulent alterations can be attempted to mimic high-value errors. Besides, the 1980 quarter story inspires a broader appreciation of coins as art and history, demonstrating that even the most mundane object can become priceless under rare circumstances. And the combination of rarity, condition, provenance, and documented errors creates a compelling narrative that elevates the coin to legendary status. Enthusiasts often share tales of discovery, where someone casually examining a jar of quarters realizes that one coin's mint mark appears misaligned, or that the edge seems clipped or off-center. These moments capture the excitement and unpredictability inherent in coin collecting, and such stories circulate widely in numismatic communities, fueling both excitement and speculation. Some experts suggest that the $70 million valuation also accounts for future potential, as the market for high-end error coins has consistently appreciated over decades, and a coin today valued at tens of millions could see its value rise as scarcity increases and historical significance grows. In addition, the visual appeal of these errors cannot be overstated. A coin with a dramatic double die, pronounced off-center strike, or unusual clipping is visually captivating, making it not only a numismatic treasure but also a display-worthy piece. Collectors often frame or encase these coins to preserve their condition and to showcase the rarity and beauty of the errors. The 1980 quarter also serves as a reminder that even during periods of mass coin production, where millions of coins were minted for daily use, human and mechanical errors can create opportunities for extraordinary value. The juxtaposition of common and rare within the same year's production run highlights how unpredictability and imperfection can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a treasure. Furthermore, the coin's value is amplified by the competitive nature of the collector's market. When a verified, certified error quarter comes up for auction, bidding wars can drive the final price to levels far exceeding initial estimates, demonstrating that rarity, beauty, and demand intersect in fascinating ways. Some of the errors found on 1980 quarters are so subtle that they require magnification or expert analysis to identify, while others are dramatically obvious, creating a spectrum of C.